Fanfic Corner, presented by Animal Girl. Kiara's Reign, Preface in Chapter 1, written and read by Animal Girl. Kiara searched the rushing river for any signs of Zira, but the crazy lioness was nowhere to be seen. She could have escaped the water and the broken pieces of the dam, but Kiara felt it was very unlikely. If only Zira had taken her paw, this could have been avoided. But Zira had made the choice to be with Scar and Nuka instead of Vitani and Kovu. "Kiara," came a voice from behind the princess, causing her to turn and see Simba on the ledge. "Daddy, I tried," she said, taking his paw. Once at the top of the gorge, Kiara was reunited with her mother and Kovu. The whole Pride, both Pridelanders and Outlanders, returned to Pride Rock. Word had spread, and all of the animals of the Pridelands were there waiting. Simba and Nala made their way to the edge of Pride Rock, followed by Kiara and Kovu. Once there, Simba roared, followed by Kovu. Then King, Queen, Crown Princess, and New Prince roared in unison, and were answered by the roars of the two prides, now one, and the calls of all the animals. The wind rustled Simba's mane, and he looked up to see a bright ray of light shining down on him and his family. He could also hear a voice speaking to him. "Well done, my son," came the voice of his long-dead father, Mufasa. "We are one." A young lion, the spitting image of Simba, waited for them when they returned to the assembled pride. With him were a young cheetah, a young hippo, a young Ingrid, and a young honey badger. They were Kiara's younger brother Kion and his friends, Fuli, Besti, Ono, and Bunga, also known as the Lion Guard. "Well done, sis," said Kion. "You and Kovu brought peace to the Pride and the Outlanders." "We still don't know where Zira is, or if she survived," Kiara said. "That's why I want you and the guard to double the patrols, especially at the gorge," Simba said to his son. "We need to make sure that, if she did survive, she doesn't return and cause more trouble." "If Zira is alive, she would be foolish to return," Nala said to her husband. "She has no allies. Nuka is dead, and Kovu and Vitani have sided with us, along with the rest of her supporters. Still, I'd rather take the precaution than assume she's gone. It's funny. In a way, one thing Zira wanted will come to pass. When my time ends, Kovu will rule the Pride Lands as king alongside Kiara." Kiara rested in the cool shade of Pride Rock's cave. Her belly was already beginning to swell with the litter of cubs she was carrying. In just a few short weeks, she and Kovu were going to be parents. "How are you feeling?" Kovu asked, entering the cave. "Very pregnant," Kiara said, looking at her mate. "I can't wait for the cubs to be born. How are things in the Pridelands?" "Your brother and his friends had to chase Janja and his clan back to the Outlands. But other than that, things have been quiet." Janja and his clan of hyenas were constantly causing problems for the Lion Guard. The only hyenas that were allowed in the Pridelands were just Ziri and her clan, because they respected the circle of life. They had moved into the Pridelands not long before the Outsiders rejoined the Pride, and helped maintain the delicate balance by cleaning up after the messier eaters. "So, no sign of—" "No. No one's seen her since the battle." Kovu walked up to his mate and nuzzled her belly. "How are the cubs?" he asked. "Restless," Kiara answered. "They're ready to be born, too." Several weeks later, Kiara roared in pain. She had been in labor since late last night, and would soon meet her cubs. The pain was unbearable, but it would be worth it to see her children. Most of the females of the Pride were there to help her, as was Fuli. Simba, Kovu, the rest of the Pride, and the rest of the Lion Guard were waiting outside. "This is so exciting," Kiara's friend Tifu said. Soon there's going to be 3 new members of the royal family. I wish they'd hurry up and get here already, said Zuri, Kiara's other friend. Kiara roared in pain again. This was getting to be too much. Tifu, Zuri, either help or wait outside, Nala said. You're getting in the way by just standing there. The 2 lionesses opted to wait outside. There wasn't much they could do, and Kiara had all the other lionesses who had given birth to help her. All right, Kiara, Nala said to her daughter. Push on the next contraction. When the contraction came, Kiara pushed. It didn't feel like anything had happened, but her mother and the other lionesses kept telling her she was doing a good job, and she trusted them. Soon she heard the mewing of a newborn cub. One of her children had entered the circle of life. That left just 2 more to go. Several hours later, Kovu paced nervously. When Tifu and Zuri had exited the den, he had thought they were bringing news that the cubs had been born. But they said they had only come out to give the other lionesses room to help Kiara. Now they were both over by Kion, each one vying for his attention. I know how you feel, Simba said to his son-in-law. I was a nervous wreck when Nala had Kiara, and then again when Kion was born. But don't worry, Kiara and the cubs are in good paws. Just then Fuli came out. She walked past Simba, Kion, Tifu, Zuri, and right up to an anxious Kovu. There are 3 someones waiting to meet you, she said. Kovu hurried into the cave, closely followed by Simba and Kion. The lionesses parted, creating a path for them. Near Throne Rock was Kiara. Nala was sitting next to her. Snuggled in Kiara's forepaws were 3 newborn cubs, 1 boy and 2 girls. One girl was golden brown, just like her mother, uncle, and grandfather. The other was tan, like her grandmother. And the boy was dark brown, like his father. You're beautiful, Kiara, Kovu said. Kiara nuzzled the golden brown one. This one is the oldest, she said. She'll be queen one day. We'll call her Leah, Kovu said. This one, Kiara said, nuzzling her only boy so far, will be Takala. He'll be the next leader of the Lion Guard. I'll start training him when he's old enough, Kion said. And this one, Kovu said, nuzzling the last of the cubs, will be Suri. We'll find a role for her, Simba said. Who knows, Nala said. Maybe she'll join the Lion Guard like her brother. Both parents nuzzled their cubs. They were so tiny, but so full of potential. Once their eyes were opened, there would be a presentation ceremony, so the rest of the Pride Lands could see the new members of the royal family. But for now, all the cubs and their mother wanted was sleep. Okay, some of you may have noticed or recognized the cubs' names. Leah was Leo's wife from Leo the Lion, which is the follow-up to Kimba the White Lion. I wanted to do some kind of a tribute to this show for 2 reasons. First off, it's one of my favorites. Second, some people do compare The Lion King with Kimba the White Lion, and there are some similarities. Takala, and if I mispronounced the name, I apologize, and Suri, same thing there, are from Marvel's The Black Panther, which is one of my favorite movies in the Avengers franchise. I basically named the last 2 cubs after them because, number 1, I wanted the cubs to have African names, and those were the only African names I knew. Number 2, I thought it would be kind of cute because in the Black Panther, they're royalty. Okay, to all you fanfic writers out there, if you have a fanfic you'd like me to do a reading on for Fanfic Corner, you can send it right to me, either at my Tumblr account or my Facebook page. I will have the link for both of them in the description section. A couple of things to keep in mind when submitting them, though. First off, please include your name or the name of the author if you're submitting someone else's fanfic with their permission. If I don't have a name on the fanfic, I won't do the reading. I would like to credit the authors. So please keep that in mind. Number 2, if it's long, I'll have to divide it up between videos. My camcorder only records videos up to 33 minutes. Number 3, not going to tell anybody how to write their own fanfics or short stories. I'll accept short stories as well. For those of you who have accounts on Wattpad, you can also do submit any of your writings for me to do readings on if you want me to. But please keep it clean. I'll clean up or gloss over words or parts that I deem inappropriate. But if there are too many inappropriate words or parts, I just won't do a reading. Okay, as I state in my talk videos, kids may be watching these videos and I don't want them hearing anything inappropriate. Lastly, please be honest. If I learn that a fanfic was written by someone else and submitted without his or her approval, I will not only remove that fanfic from my channel, I will also not accept any more fanfics from the sender. Okay?